as I said, I opted for Caesar. I think the first 3 months of my pregnancy, and I told my doctor I wanted Caesar. He kept on like convincing me the whole time, like, Laura, are you sure you're not gonna change your mind? I'm like, no, I'm gonna change my mind. I want Caesar. That's exactly what I want for. So yeah, so since I had Caesar my first time, I had to have Caesar the second time. And it wasn't as painful or as bad or as complicated as everyone is like putting it to be. For me, it was so smooth. My name is Laura Taru. I am 35 years old. I am a mom of 2 boys. I am a stay-at-home mom, and I am an entrepreneur. I was really happy, honestly, because I was actually trying for months before I found out that I was pregnant. So yes, it was good news for me and my husband. We were really excited about the news. I already could feel that my body was changing. So by the time I took the test, I already knew something was happening. But because it was my first time, first pregnancy, first experience, I couldn't tell either it was actually pregnancy or I was just going through something. So it was, I was emotional, I was nervous at the same time, and extremely happy about the news. As for my partner, we were together when we found out when I was at the hospital, and later that same day, I couldn't wait for the next day. That same day, I was calling everyone, telling everyone that I was expecting. So yeah, it was good news for me. Yeah.
Okay.
The emotions was the emotions were like I was too emotional. Like everything would make me cry. Even just a movie or anything would just make me cry. And the morning sickness was crazy. I was like really sick for the first trimester. I was really sick, and I was losing a lot of weight from my first semester. Yes. So, and everything else was changing at that point. So, as much as I was happy about the news, but the physical change was a bit confusing for me. I didn't know if I should still be happy or I should feel what I'm feeling actually from the inside. That was what I was experiencing. Except for the part that I was like the baby was growing inside of me, so like the belly was starting to come like to show. The mom was like growing day by day, but again I was expecting as any other pregnant lady that we have seen or we would normally know that they would gain a lot of weight. Well, I wasn't for the whole like 9 months. It kept on losing weight from time to time until like birth, because I think I carried that situation that I cannot eat this, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, all the way to the last of my like all of my trimesters up to the end. So the physical change was not an every person or every pregnant woman kind of change. For me, I was losing a lot of weight. I think I was just nervous about becoming a mom. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know. Yes. But it was different from my first pregnancy to my second pregnancy. We were all like different experiences. But that's how it was for my first pregnancy. Except for my for the morning sickness, nothing really. I would go out, hang out with friends, Like I was trying so much to surround myself with people most of the times, so there wouldn't be a weekend that I wasn't gonna be seeing my friends or going out with my husband. So yeah, but I didn't face any physical challenge or any difficulties. No, it was just the morning sickness. That's all.
Okay.
Mentally, I wouldn't say nothing was affected really. Initially, I was really scared of like uh, giving birth. The idea of having a child was exciting. I really wanted one, but the act of delivering the baby was freaking me out. I think for whole 9 months, I've been thinking about it. Like I was thinking about it, like how is it gonna be? How am I gonna be? Is it painful? Is it this? So I wouldn't say that it affected me, but I was a little bit nervous about the deliverance of the baby. And physically, also nothing. I had my son at 9 months, no complication, nothing physical I have experienced that was a problem for me throughout my 9 months. Yes. Biggest fear and concerns of, as I said on my, like, in the previous question, that yeah, I was really nervous about the deliverance of the baby. And immediately after I found out that I was pregnant, like I think 4 months after I found out, I opted for Caesar. I didn't want a natural birth. To be honest, it was freaking me out, and I was not ready. I was not ready to do it naturally. I wasn't. So I opted for something that I felt for me was gonna be easy, and that's exactly what I went for. So to avoid the fear that I've been fearing for the whole 9 months, I opted for something that I felt was. And I felt it was okay. It was easy for me, and it wasn't as painful as they would say natural birth was. Yes. The baby kicks, the baby kicking, those are the most exciting. Those are the most exciting parts. Like you would feel how happy the baby is, like in literal sense. When you have had a good meal, the baby is also very, very happy in your tummy. And I also, if by the time, like during the night, I was so exhausted, I would fall asleep. And my husband kept on telling me, like, the baby is kicking during the night, and I wouldn't hear a thing. So it was so amazing that something inside of you is moving so much to the point that another person can feel, can see, but you can sleep so peacefully during the whole thing. It was just, that was so, it was a good experience. The feeling the baby kicking and everything was just amazing. A healthy pregnancy, I started seeing the doctor early in my pregnancy because I had like some complications back before I conceived my first, like conceiving my son. So I think 2 weeks after I found out that I was pregnant, I was already at the hospital doing checkups and taking all kinds of medication to make sure that the one that I was like expecting was gonna be safe, up to the end. I think by the time I was, I think 6 months, I started taking walks in the evening, and not because I wanted like to simply have an like natural birth to make things easy, no, but because they would say like the baby would be like lazy and everything. So yeah, so I was walking, and because I was home at that point, so I couldn't sleep in all day. So I was taking walks in the evening for like 45 minutes, and then come back home, just to ensure that the baby was, getting all the excitement that was coming to at the end of the day.
Okay.
As I said, I started seeing the doctor very early on my pregnancy because of the complication that I had in my first pregnancy. I conceived and then I had a miscarriage, like almost 3 months. And so, yeah, I was really keen seeing the doctor. Like, I think the first trimester, like every 2 weeks, I was seeing the doctor. And my husband was really supportive. Although I was home most of the times, he would make sure I had everything that I needed at that point. Yes. There was a lot of emotions, a lot of emotions. Like, I wouldn't say fight, but I'll just say a lot of things where I was reasoning things in my own way, and because I was so emotional and so hormonal, so things were different. We wouldn't see things from the same perspective, and yes, so yes, and I would at times cry for no reason. No one has done anything bad or anything. I'll just like start crying and everything. But nothing major that really affected our relationship. It was just the hormones were all over the place. Yes. My younger sister, she had a baby before me, and by the time I was pregnant, her daughter was a year old, and I just found out that I was expecting then. So I would call her to ask her everything, and she would like tell me everything, like tell me what to do, tell me what, like, so I'm experiencing this, and she told me, yeah, that's normal, you'll be fine. Yes, up to the time that I had my son, she was 110% there for me. It was surprising the fact that she's younger than me and she was telling me stuff, and I would listen to her like like she's experienced life more than me. She was really, really helpful, and I was really, really grateful to have her at that time. Yes. Emotional, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do with myself. Financially, I was already prepared because, again, I wanted the baby so much. So I was already prepared. There was a lot of shopping going on. All the unnecessary things were bought, trust me. Nothing necessary. Okay, necessary was like 20% and 80% was unnecessary. I had to, go above and beyond just because I felt like I needed everything. And yeah, the thing is that what you expect is not what really comes in reality. So you would say that you're emotionally prepared, but you are not until you actually see the baby. That's when you know how to act, how to be a mother. At a point you say, I'll be a good mom, I'm gonna breastfeed my kid, and then when he or she gets here, you don't want to do any of those things. Or I don't know how to take care of my baby, and she's here, and you know exactly how to take care of your baby. So I think these things just come naturally when you actually physically have your baby in your hands. Yes. So funny story. I was gonna call my first son Noah. I really like that name. My husband is a Maasai, so I'd have those names. It was either I was gonna call him that, and then like a traditional Maasai name, like as a middle second name. But my husband was against it. He did not like Noah. He didn't really suggest about what name he wanted, but he was like, no, I'm not gonna go for that. So he went for almost 3 months as Noah. and everyone was calling me Mama Noah. So one time I went to my mom's. 3 months after I had my baby, I went to my mom's, and my mom is like, "Why are you calling him that?" And I'm like, "I like it in Noah, in the Bible, and everything, the story." And my mom was like, "I don't like that name. I think you should call him Larry, something like Larry King." And right there, I knew I was gonna call him Larry. Funny story is that he's Larry right now, not Larry King, but he's Larry. I like that name. When I went home and told my husband, I was like, "Did not tell him that it was from my mom." But he agreed with it. We loved it, and yes, we went with Larry. As for my second son, I had a lot of ideas. At that point, I was like, I already knew what I was gonna call him and everything, but we ended up calling him Leo because of the star sign. Yes, so there was no back and forth with him. And my husband was sorry, like, "Oh yeah, I like Leo. So yes, we went. So it's Leo and Larry.
What kind of birth plan did you have?
Uh, During from my first son to my second, or right now?
Let's do from your first one to your second, and then you can also talk about right now if you want to.
Uh, Man, I'm not using like I'm not on
Birth plan, not as in contraceptives, but remember how you're talking about you ended up choosing the cesarean?
okay.
Yeah, so basically birth plan, did you plan on doing natural birth, or was it cesarean, or was it home birth, or was it hospital birth? Basically that's the conversation.
Okay. As I said, I opted for Caesar. I think the first 3 months of my pregnancy, and I told my doctor I wanted Caesar. He kept on like convincing me the whole time, like, "No, are you sure you're not gonna change your mind?" I'm like, "No, I'm gonna change my mind. I want Caesar. That's exactly what I want for." So yeah, so since I had Caesar my first time, I had to have Caesar the second time. And it wasn't as painful or as bad or as complicated as everyone is like putting it to be. For me, it was so smooth, very smooth.
Okay. Because that was going to be my next question to you. How was that experience like? Because I've heard varying stories. And me, I'm also a coward like you. I would likely choose a cesarean. But every time I ask what they'll say, you better choose the natural way. But tell me, what was your experience like with cesarean?
My first time, I thought I was going to be in so much pain, but I wasn't. And I because there is like a process where after you have given birth, you have to wait a few hours to like so that you can get up, you can have your strength and everything. And it was so fast for me because I could hear my baby crying from the next room. So I was like, I have to do everything that I can to get up from this. The minute I got up, everything was so simple. It took me at least 7 days. Everything was back to normal. Like I wasn't feeling like the pain of like laying in bed and not doing any. No, I wasn't. In both of my pregnancies, it was. I wouldn't say painless, but it was easy. I was thinking the natural way would be more painful. Like it was really freaking me out, to be honest, and I didn't want to go through it. So I chose something that I felt like I could handle, and I did handle it very well. Yes. I think it's the sleeping. You just can't help it. When it comes, you have to sleep. Like how you have to go to the bathroom every time. Like the sleeping is crazy. Like you just cannot. Like if you are sleepy, you just have to sleep. You cannot do anything else. Like, you just have to take that power nap for an hour, or like half an hour, or like 45 minutes. Just take that nap, because there is no way you're gonna be fine if you're not gonna take it. And the bathroom trips. I always felt like, why are they going to the bathroom every time? And trust me, you're gonna wanna go every time, especially when you're good in like in the third trimester. You have to go to the bathroom every minute.
I hear it's because the baby is now big and pressing against the bladder, right?
It's you have to use the washroom like every time, every chance you get. Yes. Well, motherhood is not easy. It's like motherhood is not easy. And pregnancy, I would say pregnancy is exhausting, and you would say, oh my god, I can't wait for time that I will give birth, and I'm so tired. 9 months, like it's been a long time. I wanna like, and you just want the time to be to get there. Well, it's not easy, but it's the most. It's everything about the way the baby looks and everything is just so beautiful. I think that's what makes it very, very worth it at the end of the day, that you feel like you why am I doing all of these things? The way your baby is happy when they see you, the way babies appreciate everything, the way you'll be mad that, oh my god, this child hasn't slept all day, and when they sleep you miss them. So everything is just it's just a mix of feelings that I think for those who really want to be mothers, I think it's a very good experience. You just have to take everything in. You have to be pregnant, you have to film everything, you have to have the baby, you have to like experience every last detail of being. That's how makes it, that's what makes you a mother, or a good caretaker for your child. So yes, everything is beautiful, every pain is worth it, every smile is gonna make you smile too. So yes. So much. Everything changed. Everything changed. How I want to operate my life from the minute I am up in the morning to the time that I'm going to bed, everything has changed. Like, you would sit, you wake up in the morning and the first thing that comes into your mind, what are my kids gonna eat? Like, it's not that you don't have something to cook, it's just that they had this yesterday. This like you just have to keep them entertained so that they can enjoy their meals. You have to keep them entertained that what are they gonna do this weekend? You're not even thinking about yourself. So I think there is where you've really like can tell the real meaning of being selfless. Like, you just don't think about anything. You have like, I have money, I wanna go shopping. You don't shop for yourself. You find some little cute shoes and you're like, no, I'm getting this for my son. So just everything changes. Everything is not about you anymore. Everything is about them. I have to go back home. I have to be there for my son. Yesterday I wasn't home early. I have to come back home today. I have to do this. I have to do that. It's everything you do is just revolves around them automatically. They're not asking you to, but you just have to, or want to, I would say, in other words. Yes. No, really, there was nothing that really affected my the experience, but I think when it comes to dressing style, people that are expecting for you to dress a certain way, like especially for us Tanzanians, like people are expecting for you to dress in certain like maternity clothes and everything, but you just find yourself wanting to be, a bit fashionable during that time. 9 months is not a short period of time. So you just find yourself like, I want to wear this, I want to wear jeans, I want to wear like a tight dress, I want to wear this, I want to wear that. And when you go somewhere and everyone is looking at you like, why are you dressed like that and you're heavily pregnant? But apart from the outfit, nothing really is like changed me from like either my cultural background or like, but just community wise, how they want for you to present yourself as a pregnant lady. I think that was different. I think everybody has their own experience. So everybody, when people come talk about pregnancy in media, they are talking about their own experience. So you would feel like, oh, because I am talking about it in a certain way, it was easy or it was hard. You feel like you will be having the same kind of experience. That's not it. So there is no like straight expectation or thing that you would be expecting given what you have had people say in the media about pregnancy. Yes.
Okay. Final thoughts. Is there anything else you would like to share about your pregnancy journey?
What do I want to share about my pregnancy journey? I think the whole like being pregnant is beautiful, but it wasn't like easy. Like it's not an easy experience, and I think what really matters at the end of the day is the end goal. It's like the whole process of cooking, the hustle. You like being hot in the kitchen, like wondering, oh my God, how long is this going to take? But the fact that you enjoy the end game of the food, of the baby, of like labor, like the fruit of your like the patience that took you to where you are right now. I think I think that's what every woman who is expecting should be excited about, regardless of the like the difficulties. Like get to the point where you are 7 months along and you're like 2 months to go, and when you get to 8 months and you feel like you're back to 6 months again, like it's never gonna get to 9 months. It's like it's just going back. And that's the time that you are like, I'm losing, I'm like, I can't do this. You understand? Because everything is just getting crazy and crazier. But the fact that it eventually comes to an end, and the end is even more beautiful than the experience itself. So yes. So my experience is that I'm enjoying every moment of being a mom. Like, very much. Yes. Well, I wouldn't want for them to be thinking like I was wishing one of them was a girl, because I have two boys, but they're both very different, even during pregnancy, very different. And now they are also very, very different even as they're growing up. So I want them to know that I loved everything of being, like of having to nurture them from the inside to out. And it's something that I wouldn't change anything. Yes. First off, kids can embarrass you. So never say, hey, she cannot handle her kids. Trust me, you won't be able to handle yours too. at some point. You understand? And there'll come a time where you feel like you're not doing a good job, and you feel like everyone is judging you, and it's true they're judging you, and at some point you are judging someone else. Like, why you not shutting your kid up? Why you not doing this? Why is your kid not doing this? Why is your kid not doing that? And it's just that whatever works for every mother. Like, you want your meal plan, whatever works for you and your kid. Whatever is going to shut your kid up. Whatever, like, everyone, I feel like I should say everyone is a good mom. It's just that kids are different, and you have to do everything that you can. It could be different from another mother to get the result that you want at the end of the day. So in my opinion is that it's different for everyone, and whatever works for anyone, it's okay. No judgment when it comes to being a mother. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Laura. We have reached the end of the interview. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right.
Okay.